Most people believe that the reason they can't say no is because they're too kind, too polite, or too empathetic. They tell themselves stories like, "I don't want to hurt anyone," or "I don't want to seem rude," or "I don't want to create conflict." But psychology tells a very different story. The real reason saying no feels so difficult has almost nothing to do with kindness, and almost everything to do with how your brain is wired to protect you. Long before modern society existed, human survival depended on belonging. Being accepted by the group meant access to food, protection, and cooperation. Being rejected meant danger. And because of that, the human nervous system evolved to treat social rejection as a real threat. Not metaphorically, literally. When you sense the possibility of disapproval, your brain reacts in the same way it would to physical danger. That reaction happens faster than thought, faster than logic, faster than intention. When someone asks you for something, and you feel that immediate pressure to agree, that is not a personality flaw. That is your amygdala activating, scanning for social risk, and pushing you toward the fastest path to safety. And in most social situations, that path is compliance. This is why people often say yes before they even realize what they're doing. The response comes out automatically, almost reflexively, and only afterward do they feel frustration, resentment, or regret. The decision was never conscious. It was neurological. Understanding this changes everything because it reframes the problem. You're not bad at boundaries. You're not weak. You're not broken. Your nervous system is simply doing what it was designed to do: minimize threat. But here's the part most people never learn. The brain can be retrained, and saying no can become not only easier, but natural, calm, and grounded. It doesn't require becoming cold, aggressive, or selfish. It requires learning how to work with your nervous system instead of against it. The first and most important shift is recognizing that your discomfort when saying no is not a signal that something is wrong. It's a signal that something is unfamiliar. The brain interprets unfamiliar social behavior as risk, even when that behavior is healthy. So when you begin setting boundaries, discomfort is inevitable. But discomfort is not danger. And learning to tell the difference is the foundation of this entire process. The next critical element is slowing down the moment where the automatic yes happens. Most people fail at saying no because they answer too quickly. Speed is the enemy of boundaries. When you respond immediately, you stay inside the emotional circuitry of the brain. But even a brief pause begins to shift control back to the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and self-regulation. This pause does not need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be explained. It can be as simple as taking a breath or saying, "Let me think about that for a moment." From the outside, this looks insignificant, but internally, it changes the entire dynamic. It interrupts the automatic response pattern and gives you access to choice. People often worry that pausing makes them seem uncertain or weak. In reality, the opposite is true. A pause communicates composure. It signals that you are not reactive. And on a psychological level, it subtly shifts the power balance in the interaction. You are no longer responding to pressure. You are responding to yourself. Once the pause exists, the next challenge is how to deliver the no itself. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They believe that to be kind, they must explain. To be fair, they must justify. To be acceptable, they must apologize. But psychologically, over-explaining does not soften a boundary. It weakens it. Research in communication psychology shows that the more reasons a person gives for a refusal, the more negotiable that refusal appears. Each explanation becomes an opening for persuasion. Each justification invites debate. And on an emotional level, excessive explanation communicates guilt, which invites pressure. A calm, brief refusal is actually more respectful than a long, emotional one. It is clearer, it is more honest, and it places responsibility where it belongs. Your needs do not require approval to exist. This doesn't mean being harsh or dismissive. Tone matters, but clarity matters more. Saying no is not about convincing the other person. It is about stating your position without hostility and without apology. Many people confuse boundaries with rejection. They believe that saying no to a request means rejecting the person. This belief creates enormous internal conflict. But psychologically, this is a false equivalence. A boundary is not a judgment. It is a limit. You can care about someone and still say no. You can understand their position and still decline. Emotional warmth and behavioral firmness are not opposites. In fact, when combined correctly, they create the strongest form of communication. The nervous system of the other person responds less to your words and more to your emotional state. If you are anxious, your no feels unstable. If you are calm, your no feels solid. Calmness communicates safety, and safety reduces conflict. This leads to one of the most overlooked aspects of saying no: emotional regulation. People who appear confident are not immune to discomfort. They are simply better at tolerating it. They don't rush to eliminate tension. They allow it to exist without reacting. Silence after a no is often the hardest part. The pause, the look, the moment where the other person processes the refusal. Many people rush to fill that space with explanations, humor, or backtracking. But that silence is not a problem. It is the nervous system adjusting. If you can remain present during that moment, without rescuing the other person from their feelings, you teach your brain that boundaries are survivable. Each time you do this, the fear response weakens. This is how confidence is built neurologically, not through affirmations or motivation, but through repeated experiences of staying regulated in situations that once felt threatening. Over time, your nervous system recalibrates. What once felt dangerous begins to feel normal. And here is the paradox that surprises most people. As your no becomes calmer, people tend to respect it more. Not because they like it, but because it feels grounded. Humans instinctively trust consistency and self-regulation. A steady boundary signals internal stability. This does not mean everyone will always be happy with your refusal, but it does mean that your self-respect no longer depends on their reaction. And that is the real shift. When you stop outsourcing your emotional safety to other people's approval, boundaries stop feeling like battles. Another important psychological factor is identity. People who struggle with saying no often tie their self-worth to being helpful, agreeable, or needed. Saying no feels like a threat to who they believe they are. But identity is not fixed. It evolves through behavior. Each time you choose honesty over appeasement, you reinforce a new self-concept. someone who values integrity, someone who respects their own limits, someone whose yes actually means something because no exists alongside it. And that is something most people never realize. A yes without the ability to say no is not generosity. It is obligation. True choice only exists when refusal is an option. Over time, something interesting happens. As you become more comfortable with no, you also become more authentic with yes. Your agreements become cleaner. Your resentment decreases. Your relationships become more honest, not less. People sense this shift. Some may test it. Some may resist it. But those who respect you will adapt. And those who don't were benefiting from the absence of your boundaries, not from your presence. This process is not instant. It unfolds through repetition, through small moments, through choosing discomfort over self-betrayal again and again. And with each repetition, your nervous system learns that you are safe, even when you disappoint someone. The ultimate goal is not to become someone who says no all the time. The goal is to become someone who chooses consciously. Someone whose actions align with their values rather than their fears. When that happens, saying no stops feeling like rejection. It starts feeling like clarity. And clarity is what creates respect from others and from yourself.